So back then, how we would record songs is very simple. After school, I would run home, go to my room. So I'll just close the windows and turn off the fan, close the door, and it's super hot. So then I would calm myself down and do one take. Then along the way, sometimes you sing halfway, your mom will call you, or the neighbor kids will shout, and then you'll redo it again all the time. So this is my first demo tape. It's called Happy Sad Me. Right? Inside the tape is how we designed the whole thing, A4 paper, and then I included the photo I took here 31 years ago as inside part of the layout. So today when I was asked to try to perform or something, I thought just perform this B-side song that I never played live before. It's called Fears and Doubts. I'll go back there and just play another time 31 years later. Please don't bother me with your fears and doubts, 'cause I have... So can you imagine that I did this song when I was 18, coming here with two like-minded friends, closing these gate doors, and then singing this song. It used to be a through road. So when we close these doors here, right, we have to make sure that we do it very fast. I remember I only did 2 takes. The second take, I put it onto the cassette tape. Where have you been? How are you now? Things are changing. Time is running out. Look at my life. Guess I'm older now. I think alternative music, sometimes besides the norm, besides what you hear on pop radio stations, right? Some of us want a bit more. They ask us a lot more questions in the songs of the status quo of the world. It doesn't have to be totally noisy. It can be a folk song, but if it asks you questions and things like that, it's still considered alternative, I feel. Alternative views than what the mainstream sells you. 1988, I went to Botanic Gardens. There was an art fest there, alternative pop. So there was I lah. Then I saw Oddfellas perform, Joe Ng's Corporate Toil, and also our first punk band called Opposition Party. So it was an eye-opener, right? To see a lot of people who dress weirdly, punks, bohemians, all coming to Botanic Gardens. So to see all these misfits coming out from their holes, it's definitely a very exciting times for a teenager. Around 1989-90, going to your independent record shops, music shops like Dada or Roxy Music, right? I stumbled upon this magazine called Big O Magazine. So Big O Magazine features a lot of write-ups about bands, local bands forming and doing their own recordings. And of course, one of the first few that you see around was the Oddfellas.
Watched the news last night, a revolution. Well, something's happening, do you know about it, Mr.
I was really stoked that somebody singing in a local English accent, probably staying in Ang Mo Kio or Toa Payoh, is doing music. Two things are very important to creating this buzz for local music. Number one is when you have Big O Magazine. And of course, instrumental to that is your Substation. So this is the Substation. It used to be a very happening place for local music, local films. A lot of things get shown here. Inside there, gigs will be filled up, totally filled. People will be sitting on these ledges. The energy was really spirited, very exciting times. The crowd will be constantly shifting and changing. One punk band would play, and then another folk rock band will play. a hardcore band would play. Also, they had a flea market when different tables were selling different things, demo tapes, vinyl records, clothes. And there was no judging. Everybody just know that we were misfits and just making friends. Yeah, so I'm filled with gratitude that I managed to stumble upon that place as a teenager. People go church, I went to the Substation. You can say music is my religion. It guides me until now.
Look what you have done. You blame it on everyone.
If anything, I think one of the biggest challenge is sometimes there are people who say that, hey Chang Kang, why do you sing with a Singapore accent? Why don't you sing like an Ang Mo? Put on an Ang Mo accent. Honestly, for me, I champion the fact that I'm an artist coming, bred and born in Singapore. So even in singing, I sing authentically. I don't try to put on an accent. So there was a time when 8 Days did a review of our second Ordinary People release. In short, right, he said, the music is nice, everything is nice. If only the singer sing with an accent, it would even be better. So I think a bit like, I just hope that as Singaporeans ourselves, right, we'll come to a point that we'll be comfortable in our own skin. Because we're such a small country, right, we tend to always compare ourselves to establishments, to UK music, US music. We will never be there if the public support is not there. It's like comparing a grown man to a stumbling child. If you don't feed the baby, you will never be strong. And Singapore will never have something that you can call your own if you constantly compare yourself to something that's foreign. I think most importantly is that in the big picture, right, Singaporeans support Singapore music. That's the most important, right?
Sorry, I got carried away. I was not myself. Sorry, I got carried away. For a moment I thought you'll stay. Sorry, I got carried away. I got lost myself.